I might cough in between, but if it's anyway, I just want to say the reason I haven't been filming like live streaming is the reason why I haven't been filming was I was caught and I did not want every break, to just like keep meeting that. So that's the reason why I haven't been filming. And that's the main reason. But I'm back. I'm going to school on Monday. I want to do so. I'm gonna uh, on the computer. I'm gonna edit live stream. I'm gonna do a Q&A. Be doing a Q&A. Let's see here. Let me do a Q&A. Let me do a Q&A. I'm gonna do a Q&A. So, but I wasn't thinking, because I'm taking a break from social medias, and the reason why is, let me turn this music down, because, audio. There you go. I'm gonna turn the music down and stuff like that. Just did that. I'm just kind of out of space. Let me create a crafting table, and I can't ask questions, cause I'm going back on social media. I haven't until break. It's like I'm just texting people on there. I'm texting like one person on Instagram and a couple people on but I'm not posting or anything. I'm not doing that. But I was like, yeah. I'm gonna be going back on January the 1st. So like in 4 months. 3 to 4 months. So I also have a TikTok I will be putting below. If you'll want to check that out. They're pretty cringy, not gonna lie. Wouldn't blame if I'm on the cringe compilation. But you know, so the diagnosis I had was 2 things. I have an ear infection in my right ear, and I have a crackle in my lung. Basically, a crackle in your lung, it's kind of like a bubbly stuff, so I've been coughing a lot. Like, like that. Um, um, so, yes, I see a village nearby. Um, I just, so, I just wasn't mentally in the right place, and wasn't mentally in the right place, and it was it was to a point at a time where give me a second. It was just a point in time where I used to cry every night. I hate myself. If y'all did not know, oh my god, that's a ravine. I'll go check that out. I don't like my body because I get really uncomfortable in stores, and the reason why I am not skinny, I'm a little, you know, on the chubby side, and sorry, I just feel super uncomfortable, and I shouldn't. I shouldn't feel like. I think I might put my house like somewhere around here. It's when I look in the mirror, I don't see someone that's, you know, good. I see I used to look in my mirror. Now there was this kind of camp I remember years ago, and there was this, if you know the Moana at the end, where she has, if you've seen it, spoiler, if you haven't seen it, I recommend it. I watch Disney movies, and I honestly think that was a really good one. I like that one. I cried. I can't get copyright. I might get copyrighted, but so I'm just gonna really quick. Yeah, I'm gonna play a really little tiny bit of it, but I'm gonna have to, this made me freaking cry and cry. Now, I actually do. Now, this made me cry a lot because I am very self-conscious about my body.
Let her come to me. I have cried.
I'm like, this made me cry so much because at that time when I was listening, there's this one part. Oh, this.
But this does not define you. This is not who you are. You know who you are.
Now I'm gonna go on my Instagram and show you. There's this. I'm gonna find it. Okay, it's this part. And I was crying. And we were all the girls were laughing and crying. We were all like just laughing and now when that was happening, this was like January the 28th. This was a year ago. And I went to this kind of convention. At that point, I was in confirmation, and we had to go on Axe Street. But I did go on another Axe Street. Just getting. At that point, I was in a very dark place. In a super dark place at that time. And I was, if y'all do not know, I don't really like to talk about this topic, but, I, have this is a new thing. Usually these houses don't. I have, severe depression, and kind of, and my dad's side, mental illness runs in the family, and depression runs in the family. And and I can tell you the story on how that came. When I was this is like one of my family secrets. I think I might do a whole video because it's very huge. It's huge to the family, and it's why I'm gonna fix this village up a bit. Like, I was in a very dark place. At that time, I was thinking about killing myself and stuff, and there was this, I recommend you go on one of these church kind of events. I met a lot of new people, and I met even some of my friends and stuff, and I love it. Like, it was just, and there was all different kinds. They were singing how beautiful we were, and and stuff, and it was just amazing. And I, when I was, it's a lot. I might do a part 1 on my mom and a part 2 on my dad. Of videos, not live streams. I might do that tonight. But you know, yeah, I might do the part 1 might be the part 2 might be a little more shorter than part, because the part 1 is about my mom and the part 2 is about my dad, and I don't really like to talk about it. Like, I want to cry thinking about it. It's kind of hard for me to talk about my mom and dad because and then I might do the part 3 about how I am now. I want to kind of start doing these part series. I'm going to start doing a lot more. Oh my god, these villages are close. But I have to, I just want to give y'all a quick update. I have to go, but I'll see you guys in the next video.